Hello, fun gunners. Today we're gonna do a review over the our beautiful design of HK G3s, PTR 91s, CETMEs. I'm gonna go over the fundamentals of the basics. Oh, there's a little magazine. Better watch it. First of all, these rifles are very, very, very cool. I mean, they're just simple. They're just stamped piece of material, just like an AK. Except they're a 308 model. What you do first, check for any live obstructions. And when you look in there, you see nothing. And you practically feel nothing. And then you go from there. You can decock rifles if you have never noticed. You get it about right there. It's about where the hammer tension. Pull the trigger, let loose. And it should. There you go. Decocks, but on these models they kind of have that wobbly thing right there. See, decocked. That's one little secret that not many normies know. But we're going to go over the fundamentals of field stripping, taking it apart, checking it over, things like that. So first, you would need a tool or two. Get these pins out. And just gently. And get it that far. And these things are pretty cool, just some kind of tool to get through there. You'll learn as you go. And always put it on fire, so things just, it just works better on fire, because this thing has a way where you cannot cock it back on safety for some reason. So when you get this far, it just pulls out. And you got your spring and what would be a buffer in there. And then that gives the whole new can of goodies, and you just put that open like that. Whenever I take it apart, I usually cock it back. I don't know why I do it. I just do that. I just cock it back, put it on safety, just to keep that rascal there. It must be from working on AR so much. I guess many people who built them know about that. That's a secret. When you get that far, the bolt and bolt carrier is still off in there. And again, always cover your serial numbers and things. You don't want people seeing that on video or any other time. And there it goes. Pops right out. Bolt and bolt carrier. I usually don't take this apart. There's usually not a very big reason to. But if you get one of these rifles and you push this back and it clicks, oh buddy, you push this down here. It's kind of like the hook for the bolt carrier. I guess I'll show you. It's hard. It's not easy, but if that pops in, you can't get it back in. See, look. You get that, just can't get it back in because of this rolling delay blocks here. So you're going to have to do a lot of finding out how to do it. So that's not too bad. So you can see right there. Just push that bastard back in. Excuse my language, but sometimes. And you hit it, and it pops out there. It's back in. Just push that part down right here. Kind of like a extractor, but for the bolt. This carrier's not in bad condition. It's all right. It's good. And that's a good thing to do too. Whenever you check out your firearms, I'll do it again, but check out your firing pin. See, it's gonna, and make sure there's no obstructions, no gunk, things like that. And that's about all you really need to do with these kind of military kind of type rifles. Really not military rifles, because military rifles are usually fully automatics or something like that, and these are not. So that's just safe to say. When you get that far, you got the upper receiver. When you look down that barrel, you can see all the way through to the riflings and such. And on this certain chamber, on the G3, the PTR 91 and these models, They have a fluted chamber. It helps with extraction a lot better. It has the 308. If the 308 brass kind of just gives a little bit, it still has flutes on there so that it can, you know, extract a lot better. Because on this model right here, the bolt, like on the M1 Garanda, it will turn on you. It'll probably about, like AK turns like maybe 1/8 of an inch. M1 probably about maybe possibly almost 1/4. But these right here do not turn at all. They're just straightforward slams right there. They do not turn at all like any other kind of model that we've seen before. And ARs have some kind of a turn, but that's okay. But if you could see far down in there, if you could, there are tiny flutes in the chambering. If you ever see a piece of spent brass, you can see little lines on there. It's kind of strange, but you'll see that there's flutes in there. I wonder if you can see all the way through the chamber, but I've seen all the way through to the rifling and to the end of the barrel. It's good and clean, so that's good. We won't have to clean it today, and it's not that. It's still oily. It's got good, and it's good enough to function right there. If you could see that much oil right there is just good enough to function just right. If you got too much, it'll start smoking and spitting a bunch of bad smoke and stuff, so you don't want that. Just the right amount of oil is just right. That's about good. So in conclusion, that's about it. These things are so simple. They're like AKs. They're just nothing to it. You put that charge handle up forward. You get this baby in there. There you go. And this right here always goes on first. People that usually get these rifles will put the butt stuck on first. It's a very bad thing to do. There you go. That's all there is to it. Put this back on. Make sure it gets into the bolt carrier, the system and all, and then easy get it. Wobble that sucker right there, and there you go. Very simple. Very, very simple. And if you want to be strange or throw them off a little bit, you can that way. Has two, but that's good. That's all there is to it, folks. That's a left-handed kind of a charge. You would pull back right here. Pull back, and there you go. Nothing to it. Easy peasy. And again, you can go right to the tension of the hammer. You'll go about right there, and then you'll hit that hammer. You'll feel it too. There's a hammer. Pull the trigger when you get that sucker down. Get off safety first. Then pull the trigger, and then make sure you have nothing in chamber. There. It's decocked, so you don't have to dry fire that every time. So simple. Just, well, tension it back. About to right there, and then you don't never have to dry fire your weapon again if you don't want to. I usually do that before I store it. And it's good oiled. We are not bad. And that is in conclusion of the HK G3 CETME and the PTR 91. Have a good night. Take care.